Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard stories in the past about WWE contract tampering with AEW talent. Swerve Strickland was a pretty big one. Apparently, Khan had to send a cease and desist to WWE to tell them to relax, leave our wrestlers alone. Tony Khan believes this is still happening. He recently put out this statement. He said, I don't think that it has. They asked him if it stopped. He says, it's still happening. I will reserve all rights when it comes to that, but I don't think that it has stopped. I'll leave it at that. And if you notice at the bottom of this tweet, Triple H liked it. My boy is actually playing with the legal system in a nasty way because contract tampering is very serious. Brian, do you think this is Triple H pretty much just blowing him off, or do you think Triple H is like co-signing, like, yeah, we doing it, so what?
I think it's one of those things where it's like, right, we've seen this happen with other wrestlers and AEW as well. I don't know who they're contract tampering with in WWE. All I know is, bro, it's happened both ways. You know what I'm saying, bro? Adam Copeland, allegedly. Adam Copeland, he came out his contract right away was an AEW with a whole promo package, dog. Then we have
he was a free agent for over a month. He was a free agent for over a month.
Is that true, bro? Because I feel as soon as the contract ended, it almost seemed like bro was in
contract
AEW.
Ended in September. He debuted in October.
All right.
Well, he debuted in October. You sure about that?
I was there live. AEW Wrestle Dream, October 4th.
Oh, all right, bro.
Wrestling
So
Dictionary,
I'll give
big
you that,
home.
bro. They most definitely don't have tampered before, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? It happens, you know. But it's just one of those things, bro, where it is what it is,
trying
bro.
to throw dirt on AEW, y'all, and don't even know. They do not contract tamper. WWE is the contract tampering company, and I mean, again, this is proven. You can't even say allegedly because Swerve Strickland was like, "I'm not going back over there. Y'all got to speak to my management." Apparently, they told Tony Khan about it. Big Om, you are the wrestling dictionary. You remember everything. What's the details on that story?
I mean, that's essentially what happened back in 2022. You guys will remember. The other crash out at that All Out press conference wasn't just CM Punk. It was Tony Khan too. That was back when he said like, I have a lot more money than Jim Crockett Promotions ever did, and I'm not going to stand up for this effing bleep. He was mad for a reason, and that reason, as we've come to kind of learn, is like a talent. In this case, it seemed to be Swerve Strickland was basically contacted by WWE, and the general vibe of that was, hey, see if you can get out of your deal and come back. And look, the whole contract tampering thing in wrestling, it's in many cases, it's like null and void just because like there is no body. It doesn't work the same way as like the NFL or the NBA, right? Where like if like, you know, like the New York Knicks have a star that they're contacting who is currently signed with the Boston Celtics, for example. Like that's different because the body of the NBA is like the governing body. They're going to be able to like levy fines, levy like all that kind of stuff, really regulate that. With this, there's really no body because there's two completely different companies and two completely different leagues, essentially. Now, on the issue of tampering, I think that there's like the reality is that talent whose contracts are like imminently expiring, they are going to talk to the other side. And that has happened both ways. That is it's no miracle that like days after or like, you know, sometimes even like hours after, you know, the news comes out that they've essentially agreed to a deal. It's because like they talk. The question and like where tampering becomes more of an issue and a legal issue, I think, is when that person has significant time left on their contract, which in this case is just speculation. It's all happening in, you know, the shadow of the Lucha Brothers and the reports of them leaving AEW. Ray Phoenix reportedly his deal is expiring, but they have the ability to add over a year of injury time to his contract. Speculation, reckless speculation on my part. I think that could probably be what just triggered this. Although, like we've also heard that WWE is not afraid to you know, do this. It's a weird thing, but I think there's a clear difference between a talent whose contract is like just imminently expiring, like in the next like month or so, than like one who has years left on this contract, which we know WWE has tried to finesse to basically no like return at all.
Yeah, but you think about somebody like Ricochet, whose contract was coming to an end, and he straight up told them, like, y'all, listen, I'm not going to be re-signing. There is absolutely no way Ricochet didn't get like a little, like a feeler, like, what could I get at AEW? Somebody had to tell him, listen, you can get this. This is more than you're making at WWE. This is more than what they're offering you right now. So for him to just pretty much straight up tell them, like, yeah, I'm not going to be staying, I think he had to be talking to somebody over there to know what was going on. Even though he hasn't debuted yet, it's pretty much certain it's going to happen. So that contract tampering, it's kind of like a slippery slope. But I mean, I'm not mad at them for doing it. Because if you think about all of these wrestling companies are kind of crooks. They got these guys working as independent contractors just so they don't have to give them certain benefits. It's just a nasty game all around.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And I don't see, like, there's obviously something wrong with it. Like, I guess, like, ethically. But, like, in terms of, like,
they don't care.
Yeah, they just don't care, dog.
That's
like it's kind of crazy, and I mean, bro, it's kind of crazy that Triple H is going on there and liking a post, bro. Like, no matter how you see it, like, you can take that out of context and put it in so many different ways that it could be Triple H just laughing at Tony Khan. It could be Triple H just being like, "Yeah, we do it." Like, there's just so many ways that you can take that like post, you know, and it's one of those things where you can take it out of context and do whatever with it.
Triple H really needs to get like a PR person because, like, look, bro is really good when it comes to the wrestling. Like, don't get me wrong, he's really good when he comes to talking about, yes, we broke all these gates in the game, and again, I broke all the records. Like, he's really good at that. But bro, when it gets to like legal questions, this man is cooked. Like, he needs some training. Get this WWE, please. Y'all have the money. Get this man some training. This man went out of the Royal Rumble and was asked, "Have you read the Vince McMahon lawsuit?" I haven't read it. I don't know what's in it. The game, but you know everything. We love the game and Vince McMahon. Like, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And like now this, I'm like, someone just get him some like training. Like, avoid these types of things where like your name is gonna get dragged a little bit. Like, because remember, you represent the product now. You're not just representing the game. You're not just representing Evolution. You're representing like WWE as a brand.
But I think the problem is, like, Tony Khan and Triple H, they went head to head, AEW versus NXT, and Tony Khan came out ahead. And I think Triple H is still kind of holding a grudge against him from that. That's kind of like the villain origin story right there from their beef. Like, Tony Khan beat him early on. Triple H had to go on and do these interviews saying, it's a marathon, it's not a race. And now we're seeing the marathon. Triple H is, he's up, and I mean, he's poking Tony Khan where he can. So I think Tony Khan has a lot more to deal with when it comes to this stuff with WWE.
Fair enough. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this is just a little jokey joke by Triple H? Does he mean it? But it seems like he's getting a little reckless on that social media, my dog. So we're going to catch him. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to kiss that ring.